Hello everyone, ShadowRock here to go over the latest Rockman X DiVE trailer showing off the card system, which is now a new thing in the game coming on October 14th. To explain how this works broadly, unfortunately this is not Triple Triad, it's not a card game per se. You can look at these cards as basically equipment for your characters. You even see in the trailer how you can equip up to 3 to one character at a time. Not unlike the Worm Prince from Dragalia Lost. So yes, this is yet another way to increase your power levels and provide your characters with buffs. For example, increasing your Buster Mastery damage, or making particular character skills more potent. Just like with everything else in Rockman X DiVE, there are different rarities for the cards. B rank, A rank, and S rank. You'll also be able to increase their level, and make them more powerful by getting them up to 5-star as well. If I had to guess, increasing the level of the card would increase the stats that the card gives your character, and increasing the star rank will actually make the effect of the card more powerful. You may also notice these different color orbs like blue and green on the top left corner of the cards. That appears to play into how you activate the effects of these cards. There are two ways to activate the effects of a card. The first one is having the specific colors that corresponds to the skill effect, and the second one, in the case of specific character cards, is having the character that the card specifies. In addition to increasing your power, this is definitely going to make character builds more complex than before. Not only will you have to think about which card effects are more beneficial for you, but you also have to mix and match the different colors of cards to actually activate the skills, it seems. Now, we are trying to find out if these cards will affect PvP as well and not just single player. In the trailer that they showed us today, they didn't show any PvP footage, just single player footage. So the PvP side remains unconfirmed. But if we do find out, or heck, we'll find out on the 14th either way, we'll let you guys know. Now for one of the biggest questions, how are you going to be able to obtain these cards? The trailer doesn't really do a good job of explaining this, but I'll go ahead and tell you. It looks like we're going to have to buy these cards through card packs, basically like Yu-Gi-Oh or Tekken. So it's not part of the main gacha system, but it's its own separate card pack system. Either you buy them with currency like Zenny or Elemental Metals, and they may give out some for free through different events as well. But you know, at the end of the day, this is just another way for them to get our money, right? But that does do it for the basic explanation of how the new card system will work. So for the rest of this video, I wanted to take a closer look at all the different cards that they revealed in this trailer. There appears to be 69 in total so far, which is a very nice number, but I don't doubt that they'll add even more card types in the future, especially as we get some more characters. But they did show off a lot of them in this trailer, so let's take a look at the cards and the menus to see what we can find. We're gonna Nova Strike things off with these cards that they showed the full descriptions for, and we do have translations for these thanks to Sunny. Thank you very much, sir. Starting off with the Ultimate Armor X card, the first thing that's obvious to us is a lot of the character art for these cards are definitely old. The vast majority of them are official artwork taken from past games in the X series. Ultimate Armor X is designated as card number 62, it has a green orb, and it has 2 skills. The first one is Accelerated Charge. This one requires Ultimate Armor X, the character, to activate, because what it does is reduce time required to charge Plasma Charge Shot to maximum phase by 40%. The effect also reads that when equipping the same card, only the card on the right will be activated. The effects cannot be stacked, however. The second skill, Buster Amplification 3, requires 1 green and 2 blue cards. The effect reads, when using Buster weapons, increase damage by 8%. The next card is number 64, and it is a second Armor X specific card with a blue orb. This skill is called Armor Improvement, and it increases armor energy recovery speed by 35%. And it has the same thing as Ultimate Armor X where you can't stack the effects. Obviously for this skill, you need to have it on Second Armor X to activate it. The next one, number 65, is a First Armor X exclusive card. The skill is called Power Increase, increasing the damage of Headbutt by 10%. Effects cannot be stacked. Also noteworthy is this card does have a yellow orb, which is the third color we've seen so far. Now here's some A rank cards. Number 47 is Marno with the green orb. This is another character exclusive card. The effect is Godspeed, gaining a speed boost after using Blink, increasing movement speed by 9.75%, and can be stacked 3 times. So stack up 3 of those if you want to be super fast as Marno. Might be decent for speedrunning. The next card could also be used for speedrunning, as it's a zero specific card, and this one has a red orb. So that's all 4 colors accounted for: blue, green, yellow, and red. The effect is Rapid Response Improvement, increasing the chance of Zero's rapid response passive triggering by 50%. However, you cannot stack this card. The rest of these cards are not character specific. You should be able to equip these on any character, provided you have the right colors. Number 36 with the blue orb is Crystal Snail from Mega Man X2. The first skill is Slow Specialty 2. Increases damage against targets with slow status by 6%. You'll need a blue and a yellow for that one. And then you have the more expensive ability, Crisis Adaptability. When HP is below 30%, reduce damage taken by 8%. This one will require 2 blues and 1 red. Number 31 is Double from Mega Man X4, with the yellow orb. Fitting. His skill is Damage Weaken Resistance 2. You have a 30% chance to become immune to the effects of Damage Weakened, aka the damage debuff. This requires 2 yellow orbs, obviously. Our last card we have translations for is number 27, featuring X in the right armor, with the red orb. The first skill is Melee Amplification. When using melee weapons, increase damage by 6%, requiring 1 red and 1 green. The more expensive skill is Perfect Adaptability. When HP is above 70%, reduce damage taken by 6%. You'll need a red, green, and yellow for this one. Number 42 is Commander Yarmark from Mega Man X6 with the green orb. This skill is Machine Gun Amplification that increases your machine gun damage by 6%. It will require a green and blue orb. Finally, we do have Launch Octopus with Launcher Amplification 2, increasing your launcher damage by 6% for 1 red and 1 blue orb. Again, all these translations were by Sonny. Thank you very much for these. And while we're here, here's one more B rank card featuring X, number 18 with a red orb. We don't know the cost for this skill, but it will increase your Buster Mastery damage. So this should give you a better idea of what each of these cards do and how they work. I also want to go through and point out all the cards seen in the trailer, but first we should take a look at the menu. To access the new card system, what you do is go to the character select screen, click on the character you want to customize, and there will be a new button on the very bottom there at the left, which is basically where the chip button would be if you're looking at a weapon. Click on that and now bring up the card screen, and in case it isn't obvious already, you can only equip 3 cards to 1 character at a time. In this case, Ultimate Armor X has his own card equipped. The Plasma Charge Shot buff is activated, but not the other skill because you don't have the right colors yet. Clicking on that big yellow button will give us a chance to swap out this card for another one. And here is where we can see a lot of different cards that's going to be in the game. So from left to right, top to bottom, I'll go ahead and call out each card. In the S ranks, we have First Armor X, Second Armor X, and Ultimate Armor X. In the A ranks, we have Alia, Blair, Marno, 2 Vials, 2 Zeros, Commander Yarmark, Photos from Mega Man X Command Mission, Crystal Snail, Crescent Grizzly or Grizzly Slash from Mega Man X5, Double, X in the right armor, Launch Octopus from X1. Lastly, in the B ranks, Palette, Massimo, and Axel. One other thing to note here is that you will notice the lock icon on a lot of these cards. That might mean you will be able to lock your cards so you don't accidentally sell them. That becomes important when you look at the next menu at 29 seconds in the trailer. And indeed, there is the lock button at the top left corner. Next to it, a Zenny button, and that's for selling your cards off for Zenny. We also see that you'll be able to hold 100 different types of cards. And since there is 69 of these, yeah, that's gonna fill up pretty fast. Very nice. Otherwise, you can't see the full arts for a lot of these cards we already pointed out. And hey, you can even see a little icon showing you which character some of these cards are equipped to, like Ultimate Armor X on, well, Ultimate Armor X, and Botos on Second Armor X. Going forward, the trailer, you do scroll down, and there is a new X and Axel card there that we haven't seen yet. Otherwise, nothing new. And hey, that does cover all the cards shown in the trailer. I skimmed through it all, and I didn't see any other ones we didn't point out already, so we knocked out 2 Mavericks with 1 Ground Dash. Very nice. Oh, and since we didn't have a news video last week, we should recap what actually came out last week. We had new Jacob elevator stages, we got 2 new PvP maps. For practice mode, we got the cyberspace map, which has a new item which gives you status guard, so it will protect you from stun and debuffs. That item alone has changed up the meta a lot for that map, making characters that rely on debuffs and statuses, like Vile, a lot less useful now. This new status guard item is also available in the new ranked map, the factory stage, which is a pretty decently sized map with lots of pipes to go up and down through. And by the way, these 2 maps do not have healing items at all on them, so instead of running for the health all the time, you're just gonna have to make do with what you got and get good, as you won't be able to heal unless your character comes equipped with that ability. Other than that, we got 2 new event missions. One that tasks you with playing a lot of Jacob, and the other one is for the Legends event stage. The same one we get usually. They also opened up a new Eddie event, which is pretty interesting. With this one, you can exchange your A rank armor parts for Zenny or energy compounds. However, there's a catch. They come in packs, and it's random how many Zennies or energy compounds you actually get from those packs, similar to those elemental metal boxes. So it's very questionable if this event is actually viable compared to just making the armor and selling them off. I guess if you need the energy compound that badly, especially if you're a free-to-play player, it might be worth it. For the Zenny, the jury is out on that one. Then that will do it for today's Rockman X DiVE news roundup. But stay tuned for more X DiVE on the ShadowRockZX channel, because this isn't the only thing coming to the game on October 14th. People are either going to be really excited to pay their taxes, or extremely confused by a choice they made. You'll see later, maybe tomorrow even. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, rock on, have a great day.